I'm going to explain an Indian comedy drama film called Entertainment. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The protagonist of the movie is a poor man named Akhil Lakhand, who is regarded as a failure by his family and friends. He works tirelessly in the advertisement industry for a meager salary to pay for his ailing father's medical bills. While jumping from one assignment to another, he also makes time for his longtime girlfriend, Sakshi. One day, Akhil proposes marriage to her at a park. Sakshi happily says yes, but she also puts forth the condition that her strict father should agree to it. This slightly upsets Akhil, but nonetheless, he decides to pay him a visit. Sakshi's father, Mahesh, is a money-obsessed man who goes to extremes to save every penny he can. That rhymed. When Akhil asks Sakshi's hand in marriage, the greedy man flat out refuses. He asserts that he won't let his daughter marry a poor man like Akhil, as long as he is alive. Dejected, Akhil visits his best friend Jugnu for some respite. They chat for a while, which eventually makes him feel better. Jugnu even offers to accompany Akhil to his father's hospital. However, when the two friends reach there, they encounter Akhil's old man, Raju, acting and dancing around with a nurse. They also overhear him admitting that he was just pretending to be sick so that he could enjoy the 5-star hotel-like service in the hospital. If that nurse doesn't tell her boss about this, they need to fire her ass. Taken aback, Akhil confronts his father and calls him lying scum. He has started to wonder if the man is his real father after all. Surprisingly, his doubts are proven right, as Raju admits that they are not related by blood. Akhil's biological father abandoned him and his mother at a young age. One day, Raju met them in a train, which later met with an accident. He and Akhil survived the crash, but the mother perished. Later, when the Indian government announced a large compensation to the families of the deceased ones, Raju adopted Akhil. His only motive was to claim the compensation. Hearing all this, Akhil is stunned and infuriated, so he beats up the man before returning home. In the next scene, as Akhil laments about his pathetic life to Jugnu, he notices a chest in his house that he had never noticed before. Inside, he finds love letters from his real father to his mother, and also a locket with their pictures on it. In a shocking turn of events, it is revealed that Akhil's real father is Panalal Johri, an Indian billionaire based in Bangkok. He recently passed away and has left behind a massive fortune of 30 billion with no apparent heir. Akhil is sad about his biological father passing away, but he is also elated that he will inherit the 30 billion property. He feels that God has finally done him justice. After celebrating with Jugnu, Akhil flies to Bangkok to attend his father's wake. There, he meets Mr. Johri's lawyer, Sheik. Akhil wastes no time in introducing himself as Mr. Johri's long-lost son, laying claim to the fortune left behind by the billionaire. He offers to provide proof, but Sheik believes him. This is because Akhil looks awfully similar to his late mother. Sheik had met her quite a few times before she perished in the train accident. Your nose looks familiar. Here's $30 billion. Once the introductions are out of the way, Sheik delivers some damning news. He explains that Akhil is not the heir to the Johri empire because the late billionaire transferred all of his property to someone else before he died. It is then revealed that the certain someone is Mr. Johri's loyal dog, Entertainment. With a name like that dog probably knew how to lick peanut butter, if you know what I'm saying. Akhil is shocked, and he refuses to accept that his father would give all his property to a dog. In response, Sheik comforts him and reveals that after Akhil's mother died, Mr. Johri regretted abandoning his son and tried searching for him. However, when Akhil was not found, he went into depression. One day, he tried to commit the unthinkable, but the dog, Entertainment, saved him. From that day onwards, the two became really close. Sheik also asks Akhil to not address Entertainment as a dog. He explains that Mr. Johri never treated Entertainment like an animal and always thought of him as his son. Distraught, Akhil starts cursing at his fate. He believes that no matter what God gives him, he will somehow manage to mess it up. Soon, Jugnu also flies to Bangkok in hopes of living a lavish life with Akhil. However, when his best friend tells him about the dog, he is stunned. Akhil decides to give up and ponders about returning back to India. But Jugnu stops him, explaining that if he returns to India empty-handed, he will never be able to marry Sakshi. Instead, he advises Akhil to kill the dog and take back what belongs to him. The latter is hesitant at first, but for the sake of his future, future. He agrees. Following this, Akil approaches Sheik and requests that he be made the dog's caretaker. He says that it is the least he deserves. To his luck, Sheik agrees, but instead of being appointed as the caretaker, Akil is made Entertainment's personal maid. Nonetheless, he and Jugnu start hatching a plan to take out the animal. They will seek help from a book called 500 Ways to Kill by Accident. First, they try to electrocute Entertainment using the kitchen fridge. However, the dog tanks their plan and electrocutes them instead. The next day, the two friends lure Entertainment into the jungle using a female dog, hoping to feed him to wild animals. However, Entertainment tricks them and safely returns home, while Akil ends up falling down from a height and injuring himself. In another attempt, the two friends try to feed Entertainment with poison, but once again, the intelligent golden retriever outsmarts them. During their several failed attempts, Jugnu and Akil learn about two brothers, Karan and Arjun, who are Mr. Johri's second cousins. The scene then cuts to the central prison, where Karan and Arjun are currently held for conspiring to kill Mr. Johri. It turns out they wanted to take over his property. However, every time, Entertainment stopped them and saved his master. Although the brothers have almost completed their sentences and are going to be set free in 2 days, they hatch an early escape plan so that they can celebrate Arjun's birthday outside. These guys are idiots. The stepbrothers successfully execute their plan and manage to get out. However, in the last stage, they are not able to board their getaway train because of the goofy young brother Arjun's mistake. They are eventually caught and brought back to their cell. Frustrated, the two get into an argument, and Karan almost raises his hand on his little brother. This makes Arjun emotional, and he wonders if Karan cares about him at all. The latter also gets emotional, and he assures Arjun that he loves him unconditionally, despite the fact that they are stepbrothers. The two then reconcile and celebrate Arjun's birthday inside their jail cell. The celebrations turn even better when they learn that Mr. Johri has passed away recently. Meanwhile, Sakshi and her greedy father Mahesh also fly to Bangkok after learning about Akil's billionaire father. They head straight to his place and meet Sheik. Mahesh is astounded by the richness inside the mansion, and he immediately offers his daughter to the heir of the Johri Empire. Sheik is expectedly puzzled, and he opposes the proposal, but Sakshi manages to convince him by explaining about their long history. Soon, Akil arrives with Entertainment, and it finally dawns on Mahesh that the dog has actually inherited all of Mr. Johri's estate. Infuriated, he proceeds to leave with his daughter. Akil pleads for a chance, but Mahesh berates him for losing to a dog. Meanwhile, Karan and Arjun also arrive and watch the encounter from a distance. They are devastated to learn about Akil's entry into the picture and decide to focus on getting rid of him because they figure that the dog will die in a couple of years anyway. Meanwhile, Akil and Jugnu hatch another plan to take out Entertainment. This time, they plan to kill the dog in Snow White Arena, a frozen lake in the hilly region of Thailand. The following day, Akil brings Entertainment to the lake and sends him to fetch a ball over the dangerously thin ice. After Entertainment obliges, Akil strikes the ice, and a large crack starts following the dog. At the same time, Karan and Arjun appear behind Akil and hit the ground, sending another crack after him. Lo and behold, Entertainment suddenly takes a U-turn and runs toward Akil, much to his astonishment. The smart golden retriever then jumps at Akil and pushes him away from the approaching danger. Unfortunately, in the process, Entertainment falls into the freezing lake instead. Akil instantly regrets his actions as he realizes that Entertainment sacrificed his life to save him. He frantically starts looking for the dog by punching the ice with his bare hands. Sadly, the dog is nowhere to be found. Devastated, Akil breaks down in tears and starts cursing himself. But right then, Entertainment pops out of the water. This finally allows Akil to breathe a sigh of relief. Later, he apologizes to the portrait of his late father and leaves the mansion for good. In the next scene, Karan and Arjun arrive at the mansion with their lawyers and confront Sheik. They claim that the Johri Empire actually belongs to the Entertainment, a private limited company that was started by Mr. Johri in partnership with Karan and Arjun some years ago. Now that the old man has died, the brothers are the sole owners of the company. Sheik rejects the suggestion, arguing that Mr. Johri's will mentions his dog Entertainment and not the company. However, Karan and Arjun retort that Mr. Johri doesn't mention the word in the will. Unfortunately, the case is dragged to court, and the judge rules in favor of the brothers. After their victory, Karan and Arjun immediately kick the dog out of the mansion. The incident devastates Sheik, and he almost loses hope, but Akil and Jugnu return back after learning about the court ruling at the airport. Akil vows that he'll get the property back for Entertainment. His strategy is to divide the two brothers and conquer. To do this, Akil first wins their trust by saving them from the attack of Entertainment and his dog friends. He then uses this opportunity to get himself a job of a servant at the mansion. One day, Akil gets a call from Sakshi, who informs informs him that her father is trying to get her married to an NRI. Alarmed, Akil immediately arranges some fake documents, and with the help of those, he convinces Mahesh that he has finally inherited Mr. Johri's estate. Once that is out of the way, Akil hatches a plan to split the two brothers by making both of them fall for Sakshi. The plan works, and the brothers end up fighting for her. However, soon they sort out their differences and decide to let Sakshi go. After the first failed attempt, Akil decides to exploit Karan and Arjun's other weakness, fear of ghosts. One evening, Sheikh shows up at the mansion to warn the brothers that Entertainment passed away because of starvation, and his ghost will come to haunt them. Akil then tells them stories of a haunted animal, which further strikes fear into the brothers' hearts. That night, Entertainment pretends to be a ghost and scares the life out of them. The following day, Akil meets Karan and reveals that there is no ghost. His brother was the one who orchestrated everything so that he could scare Karan away and have the property all by himself. After this, Akil heads to Arjun and tells him the same thing. Later, the brothers confront each other and Jugnu secretly records the entire conversation on a CD. As the brothers argue, they inadvertently admit that they bribed the judge to win the property case. However, after securing the admission, Jugnu accidentally drops the CD and the brothers realize that someone's been recording their conversation. Fortunately, before they can destroy the evidence, Entertainment swiftly retrieves the CD. Then, Akil and the others also come out. Furious, the brothers threaten to deal with them and send their goons after Entertainment. A long chase follows, and the dog is chased throughout the city. When the goons close in on him, Akil intervenes and takes them on single-handedly. He manages to defeat them, but Karan and Arjun follow the dog to a stadium. There, they are about to strike the poor animal, but Akil once again arrives and stops them. A lengthy battle follows. In the midst of it, Karan shoots at Akil, but Entertainment takes the bullet by jumping in front of him. This infuriates Akil, and he angrily beats Karan and Arjun to a pulp. He then proceeds to shoot the brothers, but eventually lets them go, when Sakshi reveals that Entertainment is still breathing, and that he needs immediate medical help. Hearing this, Akil frantically carries the dog, and runs through the busy streets of Bangkok until he arrives at a hospital. There, the doctors remove the bullets, but Entertainment's heart doesn't show any signs of response. Devastated, Akil starts crying, and he even punches the dog angrily, accusing him of being disloyal. Lo and behold, the punch activates Entertainment's heart, and he comes back to life, much to Akil's joy. After the dog completely heals, he is brought back to the Johri mansion. There, Mukesh arrives and gives his approval to Akil for the marriage, saying that Sakshi would be lucky to have a good-hearted man like Akil as her husband. At the same time, Karan and Arjun also come to apologize, and Entertainment decides to forgive them. He looks them in the eye and says, "Burp." In the final scene, Akil and Sakshi get married, while busting out some dance moves to a classic Bollywood song. Entertainment also hooks up with a female dog, and the entire cast joins them on a group dance. The movie ends with the two couples living happily ever after. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.